All right, everybody. We're we're back. With the news of the possible departure of Sony Pictures and Spider-Man from the MCU due to whatever the clash was.
Money dispute.
Yeah, money, pretty much.
They wanted a certain percentage, and then Sony was like, "No way, we need to make money too."
Yeah. So there's a whole lot of drama. I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I've liked Spider-Man since before I could talk or walk. And
I was wearing Spider-Man cosplay since I was in the womb. It came out in them pajamas with the little web armpits.
I used to have those.
I did too.
They were sick. I had two pairs. I had one with the webs in the under the arms, and I had one with a web cape.
I had the one with the webs under the arms, and I ripped it because I tried jumping off the couch like super far because I thought I would fly with them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So today we're doing a tier list of the Spider-Man movies and like affiliated characters, I guess, and excluding like the 1970s version and the Japanese release.
Also from the 1970s.
Yeah. So we are. Oh, I moved it. I can't get it. Hang on. Ooh. Okay, that's Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. Yeah, so we have Spider-Man 1, released in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. I would say this is...
I would say a B.
I'd say an A. We can meet in the middle.
Alrighty.
I put it in an A just because of what it did for the general stance on superhero movies. It kind of launched them into
it did set the current standards for superhero movies.
True that, and along with X-Men, really good. Tobey Maguire, obviously Spider-Man. We have Uncle Ben getting killed for the first time.
Yeah, that was pretty good. He got shot. He got shot up.
He did. He said, "With great power comes great gunshot wounds."
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and
I remember whenever he said that.
Yeah, and Spider-Man felt bad about it, and it was actually really good. I like Spider-Man 1 a lot. The Green Goblin, obviously, in that motorcycle suit.
Yeah, he had the big fat helmet with the little peak at the end.
He did. I quite like that costume.
He was like, "You choose, hero.
You choose, hero."
Boy, that peaked.
Yeah.
See. I moved away from the mic to do that.
I did not. I committed, but yeah. And then obviously there's he gives Spider-Man like the ultimate hero's choice of throwing his girlfriend off the bridge or saving a bunch of kids, and obviously he goes for the girl.
I thought he did both.
Yeah, but he went for the girl first.
Well, duh. Spider-Man's got to get some too.
Yeah. But yeah, Spider-Man 1, 2002, real good.
A minus.
A
Meeting in the middle, Aaron.
A tier, fine. Meeting in the middle. Spider-Man 2, 2004.
I'd give that one an S class.
I also give this an S because this is, to me, the gold standard of a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, he was like, "See ya, chump."
No, he didn't. That was Spider-Man 3.
No, that was the one where he was like, "I missed a part where that's my problem."
That was Spider-Man 1. You got these all wrong. Anyway, Spider-Man 2 had...
Oh, wait, no, he did say "See ya, chump" to Sandman.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He said that to Eddie Brock.
Oh.
See ya, chump.
I'm just going to leave the video.
Yeah. But yeah, Spider-Man 2 had Doc Ock. Very good villain portrayed by Alfred Molina. Is that how you say it?
I have no clue.
Alfred Molina?
Alfred
Molina.
I've never attempted it.
And it also spawned like top 3 Spider-Man games.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2, the second.
And Spider-Man 2, the third one. Which we'll get to, actually. I forgot about that. But yeah, Spider-Man 2, I liked it a lot because it's not really like action set pieces and like not just an action movie. It's really the man part of Spider-Man.
Yeah, and also Doc Ock was like, "Oh, my Insano chip."
Yeah, he said $20 bills. And the precious tritium, of course, iconic, and
the power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Yeah, the inhibitor chip. But yeah, dealt with Spider-Man like or Peter Parker dealing with the duality of his life, and like balancing Spider-Man, and like he's getting his name torn up in the press, but he has to get money, so he's willing to do so.
Yeah, and he was also like, "Ooh, my back."
Yeah, he did, and you know, he's dealing with what Harry saw in the first movie,
And also his girlfriend trying to leave him. That's the third movie.
yeah.
And also the second movie. They've had problems all three movies.
Well, they weren't even together in the second one. She was getting married to J. Jonah Jameson's son, the astronaut who played football on the moon. And Spider-Man said, "I wish I could play football on the moon, then I could get Mary Jane."
He was like, "Boy, I wish I was a cool person that had some special ability to do something."
Yeah. And
And then he punched a big old car out of the window. He was like, "Mary Jane, get down."
it went directly over them.
Yeah, no, I was also referring back to Into the Spider-Verse
Yeah.
because they referenced it.
But yeah, Spider-Man 2 dealt with like the duality of Spider-Man and Peter Parker, and him like really dealing with the consequences of being Spider-Man. Like he's losing his best friend pretty much, and like he tells Aunt May what really happened with Uncle Ben, and he feels real bad about it.
Yeah, he was like, "Suck it up, Grandma."
He said, "I killed Uncle Ben with a gun in my own hand."
He was like, "Yeah."
And yeah, it's really good. S tier Spider-Man.
All right, we talked about for 5 minutes on that topic.
Good.
On to the next.
Spider-Man 3. What to say about this movie? It's got a killer dance sequence.
Yeah, it do.
And Peter Parker, he's got the bangs for days.
He's also got the moves. Like,
do.
boy, he's killer with the ladies.
Now dig on this.
Oh, really? I would say C tier because it's not that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
But what? Okay, excluding Venom, and like
Listen, Sandman was prime villain for that movie.
Sandman was really good. I really wish that Sam Raimi could have just done his vision for the movie, which I think was just going to be Sandman.
I think that he was going to introduce Eddie Brock into the universe.
No.
And then, like in Spider-Man 4, whenever they thought they were going to make it,
No,
have
what had happened was so Sam Raimi has famously said that he dislikes Venom as a character, like he's just not interested in him, and Sony pushed for him to have Venom included into Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, and also I don't think that That's So 70 Show boy should have been Eddie Brock.
Yeah, Topher Grace is not a very
Is that his name?
yeah. He's not.
Topher.
Yeah.
I thought you said Telfer.
No. His name's Toblerone Grace.
We'll try that again.
Toblerone Grace.
There you go.
I'll edit a picture of that for you. But yes, like it could have been really good without Venom. It's just villain overload. 3 villains: Sandman, New Goblin, and Venom. Obviously.
You think the mic picked that up?
The ice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. I heard.
Okay. Yeah, New Goblin.
Just a snowboarder.
Yeah, he was in there for filler. He was like, how are we going to extend this movie another 30 minutes? Let's put snowboarding snow goggles on this guy. And
Let's hit James Franco really hard in the head. And then he'll forget that he did the last 2 movies.
That scene where he threw the pumpkin bomb at him and then Spider-Man dodged it and swung it back at him. That was a really cool scene.
That was really cool. Very edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only acceptable edgy Spider-Man moment that except for the dance scene.
What an amazing scene. I realize these are out of order.
Who cares?
Yeah, I'll get to that.
It's not really that out of order.
Yeah, it is. Spider-Man was...
I know Homecoming came before Venom, right?
Yeah,
But
2017.
it's not that big of a deal.
I'll rank it in that. Yeah, Spider-Man 3, despite all of its flaws, it's fun to watch, but it's not a great movie.
Yeah, so I should put it in C tier.
Nah.
C tier. C tier. C tier. C tier.
No.
C tier.
No, I can't put that in the C tier.
At least in the middle. Yeah.
We're going to have to come back to these.
Yeah, they're all in the middle.
We're already off to a bad start with these.
All right, The Amazing Spider-Man.
Andrew Garfield, 2012 reboot after Spider-Man 4 was canceled.
He was good for a second.
I think he's a good Spider-Man.
I think he was only good for killing a girl.
That's not even in this movie.
I know. That's
I
the
think he was
second
good
one,
for
but
killing
still.
his girl's dad.
He didn't kill her, did he? What?
Captain Stacy, he gets
I know that he gets
stabbed,
impaled.
yeah.
But
Yeah, weak villain, I'd say, but like a big villain, like a big threat for this universe.
good high school fight scene though.
That scene is amazing, and like him,
Would you say that it's Amazing Spider-Man?
very good. Yes, I would say that. But like the downfall of it, I think, is the suit. I really don't like the suit. It's got like
it doesn't look good at all.
It's got that basketball texture across the whole thing, and
Also, I
just
thought
didn't
that
like it.
Andrew Garfield was too skinny for Spider-Man.
I don't know. I kind of liked him. Like
Because he had a big old head and a real skinny body.
that is true. He bulked up for the second one.
He did. He looked a lot better in the second one.
And he had
but
a better
too
haircut.
bad the second movie was really bad.
Yeah, what a shame. Where would you put this?
B.
Really?
Yeah, like a B plus.
I'd put it like low B, high C.
Really?
Yeah, we'll just put it.
And a B.
Yeah, put it. I agree. I'd put it in a B. Big hair. Uncle Ben said moral obligation instead of responsibility, and
Moral obligation.
he said that you have a moral obligation to do those things. But
Amen, brother.
yeah, I really like the dynamic between Spider-Man or Peter Parker and Uncle Ben though. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, I mean, we did see more of Uncle Ben, though.
We did. He didn't get shot in the first 10 minutes.
Though in the first Spider-Man, I do enjoy how all the edits that came after with Peter Parker punching Uncle Ben in the face at the breakfast table.
That is good. We'll put that in.
You know what?
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2012. It was good. It was a good relaunch, like for the time.
Mm-hmm.
Bad suit.
It's probably because it's been so long since we've had a Spider-Man movie. Everyone loved it.
Yeah. Well, it was 5 years.
Yeah, it's too long for waiting for Spider-Man.
I would say that. Yeah. But yeah, and really good chemistry between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, probably because they were actually dating.
Yeah, that would help.
And Emma Stone is definitely the best love interest because
You just think she's cuter.
she is cute. But I mean, like they had a good chemistry. It was really good on screen, and because I mean, the first three was just Tobey Maguire's dead, lifeless Mary Jane. I like you.
Flash Gordon, you better stop that right now.
Flash Gordon.
Flash Thompson, you better stop that right now.
Yeah. Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, B. That's fair. And Amazing Spider-Man 2,
I'd give that a solid D.
2014.
I'd give that a solid D. I didn't enjoy that as much as I enjoyed Spider-Man 3.
We're at a crossroads because I like Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than Spider-Man 3. Just because of the more Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy content.
Okay.
This is
you want to
also-
flip a coin for it?
Maybe, but I will say this. Amazing Spider-Man 2, better Gwen than Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Infinitely.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, the downfall of this is like the best suit, by the way.
You got a big coin over there.
I do got a big coin. Got a 1 Bitcoin here.
Ooh.
Sell that right now. But before we flip, let me dive into this a little bit
Uh-huh.
to help my case of it being a C. The best suit by far, the best, like the most comic accurate. The big eyes were great, and I also like in this universe or this portrayal, he made his web shooters and like he's actually smart.
Yeah, I wasn't all for the natural web shooters.
It was disgusting. You know, in the first 3, you never see Peter Parker wearing short sleeves because he has to hide his organic web shooters.
Yeah.
Except for one scene where he's at the doctor and then like he's in his bed right after that. Am I not supposed to have what I want?
It was a good reference.
Yeah, just kind of interesting. Forgot what I was saying after that.
Flipping a coin.
Flipping a coin.
Head C, tails D.
Sure.
Tails.
I forgot what you said it was supposed to be then.
Tails D.
Dang it. Ugh.
Want to just throw it in the middle and come back to it?
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
defend it later. Also, Amazing Spider-Man 1, the lizard should have had a lizard-shaped head
Yeah.
instead of just a green man with a mask.
It's a green man with big lips.
Yeah. He was just Voldemort, but green.
Big lips.
Yeah. On to the first portrayal of Tom Holland Spider-Man in the MCU 2016, he was introduced in Captain America Civil War. 2017, he got his own movie, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Would you say that Civil War came out 2016?
Yes.
All right.
A mere 2 years after Amazing 2. It's good.
Yeah.
It's not great, though.
It's definitely not the best portrayal.
I'd put this in a B.
I was going to say B2.
Glad we're in agreement.
Agreement.
Yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, it was good to have him in the MCU, have him part of the Avengers.
Yeah, I really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man because like he's the best of both. Because I would say that Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man.
True.
Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker.
Also true.
Tom Holland is
the best of both
worlds. Still, though, Homecoming wasn't as good as Spider-Man 2.
Factual. Good, great villain.
Yeah.
One of the best. Michael Keaton as the Vulture is just so menacing, so intimidating. It's fantastic.
After watching Michael Keaton play freaking Batman, never would think that he'd be a good villain.
Yeah. You were pleasantly surprised, though. You remember when he drops Peter and Liz off at Homecoming, and then
and he whips out that thing.
Yeah, he just has a gun. Just
he was like, "Have fun with my daughter." I'm like, "Cool,"
but not too much fun.
Wink.
Yeah, it was really good. And also another like just crazy part of this villain is when he just kills the Shocker.
Yeah, he just straight up obliterates him. He was like, he played it off like, "Oh, that's not the right gun."
Yeah, granted it was an accident, but it was still like, man.
Yeah, and then he gave the role to some other guy.
Yeah.
He was like, "Now you're the Shocker."
Pro wrestler.
Was he a pro wrestler?
No, that's what he says. What is this, pro wrestling?
Oh.
Yeah, but Homecoming, it was good. It showed a good part of Spider-Man. No Uncle Ben, another downfall.
Yeah, I'd really like to see them reference Uncle Ben, if Disney gets to keep Spider-Man.
Yeah. We'll get to that in Far From Home. But also, like, my main problem is with this portrayal of Spider-Man in the MCU isn't necessarily... The problem for me doesn't necessarily lie with Spider-Man. It relies with everyone around him.
Yeah, like, I really don't like MJ.
Yeah,
Ned...
Listen,
I can deal with him, but, like, yeah, MJ... Just that's not how MJ should be at all.
Michelle, not like she's a boring character.
Like I like Zendaya, right? Her as an actor, like sure, whatever. She's like America's sweetheart currently. Not my words, I swear.
Okay, whatever you say.
But just her as MJ, like I really hope down the road, Michelle Jones.
Yeah.
Michelle Jones dies, and then Mary Jane comes up during college, like, "Hey, I'm a girl with red hair." And I'm Peter Parker's love interest.
Yeah. I would like to see Gwen.
Yeah,
Gwen again. Gwen 2.
Yeah.
Gwen 3.
Yeah. I was about to correct you on that. Yeah, I would like to... What's that chick that's currently playing as Ned's girlfriend? Ned's ex-girlfriend in Far From Home?
Rice.
Yeah, she would make a great Gwen.
That's another problem is, like... They wrote Betty and portrayed her with a lot of characteristics and like a lot of attributes, physical and like what is the word? Like just like her character is Gwen Stacy, pretty much. They just can't use Gwen, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and also she does kind of just act like a teenage girl.
Yeah.
Like a really young teenage girl, like for first dating. I didn't really like how immature they're portrayed, but I guess they are teenagers, so like
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird being an adult and looking at how teenagers are.
Yeah, it do be weird. But yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming, B. Good but not great.
I concur.
All right, now let's say things.
All right.
Would you agree with this?
Yeah, I if we had a G, I would put it there.
This movie is garbage. It is hot trash.
Yeah. Hold on, let me give you my Eddie Brock impersonation. I'm Eddie Brock. I'm a reporter. Yeah, this is just an awful, awful portrayal of Venom as a character. Yeah.
Like, no Spider-Man, first of all, which is the biggest part of Venom's story.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I get why, but Eddie Brock was not the first person Like the reason why Venom looks like Venom is because of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Big white spider on his chest. He remembers Peter Parker's memories, and he knows he's Spider-Man. And in this, without having that as the crucial like tipping point for Spider-Man, and as a Venom kickoff, this movie has no character.
And listen, Tom Hardy,
yeah,
as Eddie Brock. Sure, he's buff like Eddie Brock's supposed to be, but
he's not big.
He's not big. Well, yeah, I mean he's like 5'5" or something like that.
Yeah,
he's a shorty. But on top of that, it's just
not physically intimidating.
Yeah, for one, he doesn't have a very good English accent.
It's true. He also doesn't just.
I mean, like he's British, not that kind of English accent, like an American accent.
Yeah,
it sounds like he has a lisp, like me. not really a lisp, but like a speech impediment.
Yeah, I would give this a better rating. I'd bump it up to an E if he got into 2 lobster tanks in the movie.
You know what? I'd give it an E if he went to 3.
That's fair. Yeah, this is like a lackluster film. Like it's like just, as a film enthusiast and just a huge Spider-Man fan, this is not a good movie.
Yeah, as an actual filmmaker, it's not a good movie.
Like the first 2 acts are complete setups, and then the third act just falls apart. Like it's so fast; it goes by in 15 minutes.
Yeah, but like, okay, if you turn off your brain and forget everything you know about anything Marvel, it's an okay movie.
Or just about movies.
I said if you just like turned off your brain.
That's fair. Like it's this big setup, and then there's a villain that looks exactly like him. You can't tell the difference between them when they're in that big fight sequence.
Yeah, because like it's dark enough to where it's hard enough to see as is, but then it's like
these 2 characters are just like dark on black.
It's like dark gray and black.
Yeah.
And the only difference is that the gray one has more weapons.
Yeah, that's literally it.
And I don't get why Venom couldn't. I mean,
because he's a big loser on his planet. You gotta be a.
Oh yeah, he was a loser, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was like, "It's okay, Eddie. I'm a loser too."
Yeah, and like the whole story of them, of like the symbiote has to bond with the proper host. Like, yeah, that's kind of. No.
Yeah, no. Parasites don't need a proper host.
They just need a host, and just like this movie has 3 settings: an apartment, in front of an apartment. The woods and labs.
Yeah, three settings.
3 settings.
Just as you said.
Yeah. And it's not good. It is I'd put this lower if we could.
I did like that hot makeout sequence in the wood between Lady Venom and Eddie Brock.
Ugh,
it was
so
pretty
bad.
steamy.
No big white spider on his chest either.
Yeah, no.
Just not a good movie by any standard.
Yeah, really disappointed in Tom Holland wanting to do a video with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I was like, come on.
Also, if they were to fold in the MCU Spider-Man out of universe with Venom, that'd be a 16-year-old kid interacting with a 35-year-old man.
Drop a below an F. Put it down there. Put it out of frame. I don't want to see it.
Put it in the bin. Then take that bin and throw it out the window. I don't want it in my house. That's my stance on
Into the Spider-Verse.
No question.
S rank for sure.
S-tier Spider-Man movie.
Man, what a good movie.
It is fantastic.
It's not just a good Spider-Man movie. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
It's very, very good. So good.
And not only did they work with 5 characters.
Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man. 6, yeah.
Okay. So, not only did they work with 6 main characters, they did it flawlessly.
And they were also all Spider-Man.
Yeah, and John Mulaney. That's always a plus.
Yeah, John Mulaney, super funny as Spider-Ham. Let me just actually run through Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man.
7. Who's the 7th?
You got Spider-Man, then you got Spider-Man, then you got Miles, then you got Gwen, Spider-Ham, Penny, and Noir.
Okay. Let me count because I'm still confused. Miles, Peter Parker, but he's not like one of the main cast. He just dies. He's like for the setup.
But he is a Spider-Man.
That's true.
And he is into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you count all the ones that you see in the end credit scene.
There is 8 Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac.
9.
9? What?
Because of the 60s Spider-Man that's at the end.
Yeah.
And also the millions that are shown in the credits.
That's just the credit art.
Yeah, but...
Let's talk about the movie. Fantastic, just visually, obviously. And also just the story is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they took an existing thing, like the Spider-Verse run from, I believe, 2014, and they just made it their own thing.
Yep.
No studio, no nothing. Like, they just made it.
Yeah, they were like, hey, let's do this. And then people were like, all right.
Yeah, the one thing that hurt this, like, for sales was that it was a cartoon, and people were like, I'm not going to see a Spider-Man cartoon. And then it blew up, I tell you what, then everyone saw it.
Yeah, it took me forever to get my mother to sit down and watch this movie. But then once I got her to watch it, I walked in on her, like, 2 other occasions watching it on her own.
Yeah. I saw this movie thrice in theaters.
I saw it twice in theaters.
It was that good. And then I watched it twice on Netflix.
And then I watched it 5 times on Netflix.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, and the voice acting is just next level. Like,
Well, with Nick from New Girl?
Yeah.
What a good Peter Parker. I never would have thought.
Yeah. He's really, and it's pretty much like the same character, just like,
Yeah, he's just him.
yeah, really good. And Shameik Moore as Miles, very good.
Yep. And I also didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
think-
Nicolas Cage is Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah, I also didn't see that one coming. I didn't see any of these voice actors coming.
Yeah,
but man, did they kill it.
He might have been my favorite Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was like, it smells like rain. Oh, is that wind? It's like,
We're in a basement.
Wherever I go, the wind follows, and the wind smells like rain.
So good. So good. Him with the Rubik's Cube, like,
Yeah,
just
it's
really
purple.
good. No.
Uh,
Blue. No.
A small detail that I noticed that actually caught me off guard the first time, and it made me a little bit confused, but I had to like adjust to it, which was a downside, but then was a plus, like was an upside whenever I actually noticed it.
What's that?
Everything that's out of frame, like that's supposed to have the blur, like the optical blur,
Yeah.
is in like the red and blue overlay for 3D.
True.
See, I didn't recognize that the first time I saw it, and I was like, did we walk into the wrong showing? Is this the 3D showing? And then
Oh, yeah, I guess what you mean. So that's like a really interesting visual callback to like the printing style of comics in the 70s and the 80s, before it was kind of refined to be flawless printing, to have registration errors with like the colors being printed over the lines or under the lines.
yeah,
And it just, I really like the way it looks.
it was really visually, it was pleasing. To the ears, it was also pleasing.
Yeah.
It was loud.
Fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, after watching that movie, I did nothing but listen to the soundtrack for like a month.
Me too. And then around Christmas, they released the Christmas of Spider-Man. It was really good.
Yeah.
I listened. It was only like 10 minutes, but it was good.
He's got a set of pipes on him, doesn't he?
They do, yeah. Yeah, Spider-Man, how many Spider-Man are there? S tier.
F tier. Spider-Man Far From Home.
I'm conflicted on this.
I'll give it an A.
With recent news, I also give it an A. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. Fantastic villain again.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. They killed the suit.
They did. They really did.
I was really wondering how they were going to do the fishbowl.
Yeah. And also,
And his story, like, just a visual effects guy. But they they executed it very well.
Yeah, so Mysterio's whole gimmick is that he's an illusionist. And I was like, how the heck are they going to pull that off without making it, like, actually giving him superpowers? And then whenever I first saw it, like, through the trailers, I'm like, crap, they gave this guy superpowers. The first half of the movie, I was like, crap, they gave this guy superpowers. I just hit my mic. I'm really passionate about this.
And then, he didn't have superpowers.
He didn't have superpowers. I was like, holy cow.
But he did
There's no way they pull that. I was like, yes! I cheered in the theaters, and then people hushed me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't see how people thought he was going to be a good guy. Like, just people that... I mean, I guess obviously people that don't read comics or just knew... Yeah, like, the Elementals, I thought... Like, from just the trailers and knowing Mysterio in this universe, I knew that those wouldn't be real. They'd be a gimmick on his part.
Yeah, but I was under the impression that they had, like, Hydra Man and stuff like that.
Yeah, I did really want to see, like, actual proper Hydro Man and Sandman, you know, Molten Man.
It would have been really funny if, like...
They just showed up.
They just showed up, and then Jake Gyllenhaal was like... Oh.
In real, Yeah, it was good.
Oh, that's an Avenger level threat.
It was, yeah. Where were they? Well, yeah, that was actually...
They were all off-world. That's the reason why Spider-Man got involved.
No, they weren't all off-world. It's because Nick Fury wasn't real.
Oh, that's right. Because he was the shapeshifter. He was like,
he was Talos from Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Nick Fury was like, I'm going to take a vacation.
Yeah, really funny. I like that a lot. Also, a little like visual hint of these illusions not being real. It was what I noticed like the second time I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Is when Maria Hill and Nick Fury, quote unquote, their characters show up in, I think, what is it, Mexico?
Yeah.
For the Sandman.
It was either Mexico or South America.
For the Sandman threat, he like appears above their car, and they start shooting it, and they just leave bullet holes in their windshield.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Mm-hmm. It was small details that you won't notice until you watch it again.
Yeah. Also, the illusion sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Straight out of the comics, like just all the all the Mysterios lined up, and like
and
the mirror scene,
and also Spider-Man beating himself up.
Oh yeah, I immediately thought of Spider-Man 2.
I did too. Spider-Man 2, the game. That's actually my first introduction to Mysterio.
Yeah.
Because I didn't read the comics prior to that because I was young and I didn't like reading.
It's true.
But now that I'm an adult, reading is just okay.
Fair. I like reading comics still. I like them a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I can read comics. That's what I've been doing at work on my downtime. Well, my last job. I'm starting a new job soon. Heyo. But at my last job, whenever I had like some downtime or it was break time, I would just whip out my phone and read some comics.
Yeah. So for those who don't know what we're talking about is, in Spider-Man 2, the game, there are side villains, like, from Doc Ock, just through the story, like Mysterio's one of them, Shocker's one of them.
Yep.
And one for Mysterio, one of the missions to go to him is you go to Quentin Beck's apartment, and then there's like this secret lab or like just secret place he has under his apartment. I don't know how he got that zoned.
They don't have any limestone in New York, so they can do whatever you want underground.
Oh, that's fair. But it's like this circus scenario.
Yeah, it's like a little fun house.
And at one point, you get into this like this room that's just full of mirrors. And when you go up to them, like these distorted versions of Spider-Man will come out and attack you. You gotta break all the mirrors.
Yep.
But that was really cool to see.
Yeah, and also I liked how Quentin would like play on, like, because like Peter Parker was pretty much depressed in this movie.
Yeah,
he was playing on his sadness. Like
he was on like stupid juice.
Like Tony Stark wouldn't have died if you weren't better. And then I was like, man, you're just really attacking him psychologically, huh?
Yeah, he was like, man, you're right. One issue I have with this, aside from the entire supporting cast again, is for such a smart kid, Peter Parker is an idiot. Yep. He's walking around without his mask on for half the movie.
Yeah.
Why?
He just wanted a vacation.
What a dumb idiot. Yeah, but like even before that, like he's backstage from the charity benefit that Aunt May is hosting.
Yeah.
Just no mask on. I mean, I get that he's with May, and then once he hears like the door open, he puts his mask back on and is happy. But like, he opens that curtain without his mask on. Anyone could have seen him.
Yeah, I noticed that like as soon as like he started walking out, I'm like, he's not going to put the mask on.
Yeah.
But like, there's like I don't know, like 10 people out there taking photos like right up front. Yeah. So like as soon as they see that curtain moving, they're starting taking pictures.
Mm-hmm. Someone has one frame of Tom Holland's face.
Yeah. So even if Jake Gyllenhaal didn't reveal his identity towards the end, he would have been found out. Like he's just being a Dumbo idiot walking around.
The other thing is when he's in Europe, where's he at? He's not in Prague. Whatever. When he fights Molten Man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember where he's at? I think he's in Spain.
Someplace with the. That was the opera house, like
big festival,
where he ditched the opera house.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll add some research and I'll put it into post.
Yeah. Or just don't. Just cut out that dead space. But anyway. He is at the bar with Mysterio. He's under the guise of Night Monkey, who's clearly Spider-Man from America.
Yeah.
Mask off. In front of this entire bar. And everyone and their mother can see him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's sitting there in his Night Monkey outfit.
What an idiot.
Yeah, he's swinging around with his American accent like, Bonjour, je m'appelle Night Monkey. Puis je aller double, they say. That means, can I use the restroom in French?
Yeah, and he goes, Ich bin ein Mann und, he's just speaking German. It's just, what an idiot. And then he's walking across the bridge later, mask off, just torn up after the fight.
Yeah.
Absolute fool.
Yeah, and he also handed over Tony Stark's shades with, like, no question asked.
Yeah,
He's just like, I'm going to misinterpret what Tony Stark said very clearly.
Fool. Living fool.
Yeah.
Good movie. It's no Spider-Man 2. For the third Spider-Man 2, it's no Spider-Man 2.
It's still better than the second with Spider-Man 2.
That's true. So we got those ranked. Speaking of the second Spider-Man 2, let's go back and give these, like, proper.
That's right. We're already, like, more than half an hour into the video. We still haven't.
Good. Spider-Man 1A.
I'll
because
agree.
it's better than Far From Home.
Yeah.
To set up things.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3.
I would still give that one a C.
Okay, that's fair.
And then Spider-Man 2 a D. Spider-Man 2 a D, come on.
Man.
We gotta have something down there.
I like Spider-Man. I like Amazing Spider-Man 2 a lot.
Not enough to give it a C. You should give it a D.
You know what? I will honor the coin toss, and I will throw you a bone just to fill up the space.
Ayo.
It's a D.
All right, now let's talk about Venom. Does it really deserve an F? Because I think it deserves a G. There you go.
Yeah. Go even lower. Matter of fact, just
want to click on it?
Yeah, I was gonna do that. But we gotta have it included.
Fair enough.
But yeah, trash tiered movie. So, with this new issue presented of is Spider-Man in the MCU, is he not? I think the only proper way to, if he is exiting the universe, is to just throw one scene in of Spider-Man getting shot in the head.
Yeah, that would be the only proper way for him to exit the MCU.
And then they never mention him again.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. My spider sense tells me I'm not alone. Okay, Spider-Man.
I hope all as a Spider-Man fan, like the past 10 years or so have been hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah, it's always been like I said, the past 2 decades.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, because
Spider-Man trilogy was a fantastic time.
When did Spider-Man 3 come out?
2007.
So for the past 13 years, 12 and a half years.
Yeah.
For the past 12 and a half years, it's kind of been like, man, I really hope this next Spider-Man is going to be really good.
Mm-hmm.
And half the time it was.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you got a point there.
I'm not saying Andrew Garfield was a bad Spider-Man, because he was a good Spider-Man. Just not a good Peter Parker, which is half of Spider-Man.
I like to. You're right. Half Spider-Man is Peter Parker. It's his better half. Not really. Yeah, it's a tough time. It kind of sucks to be a Spider-Man fan. It sucks a lot to be a Spider-Man fan.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking. Like, I'd rather have my heart broken by 30 women than have to deal with Spider-Man losing his spot, you know?
That's fair. That is fair. But that's our definitive...
It's enough to make a man cry.
Enough to make a grown man cry. That's our definitive Spider-Man movie tier. Spider-Man 2 is still the gold standard of Spider-Man media.
Mm-hmm. And so, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the golden tier for Sony Spider-Man.
It's true. They're not going to match it again, except for a sequel. But yes, hope you enjoyed this. You can like this video if you so choose.
Mm-hmm.
You can subscribe also. That'd help us.
Yeah, you can also comment.
That'd be
You can also check out our social media links in the description.
What's your favorite Spider-Man movie?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man 2. What is your favorite? Comment below if you are so inclined. And yeah, follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter.
Can't change my answer.
Maybe.
It's Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
I needed a few seconds to think about it. It was Spider-Man 2.
It's very good. And yeah, thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. This is basically a podcast now.
Yeah. And if you want to see more, let us know what you want to see.
Yeah, if you like this long stuff, let us know when we might start a podcast.
Just us talking. Yeah. Just trash talking.
Yeah, trash talking.
Not a bad name, trash talking.
Yeah, there you go.
And yeah, we might do another Spider-Man video, like on the games or something else. That'd be fun. Because there's some games I've played and you haven't. There's some games you've played and I haven't.
Yeah. Expect a lot of Spider-Man stuff in general.
It's a good time for Spider-Man.
Amen. Not really. Not right now.
Yeah.
It's really sad. It's like I'm watching a bullet fly slowly towards Spider-Man.
Kind of like this.
A bullet. That's a gun. You know that thing that comes.
Anyway, yeah. Thanks for listening. Be good, y'all.
Yeah. And hasta la vista.
Adidas.